The City of Angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC Podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 239 of the Heart of LAFC Podcast. We're calling this one the Sound of Silence for very obvious reasons. More than a game, right? A little bit of eventful things going on for the first 10 minutes of this thing. So whether it ages well to you or not, in the moment, it was required. And so it happened. And we did see responses. OC Register had good coverage of it, amazingly enough, of what was said by players and coaches related to it. But at the end of the day, back to the football, our boys got an essential win, a good bounce back against an in-state rival, which last time I checked is still a rival. So a good win for the boys, especially against a team that was really surging. Climbing back up the standings, getting things right after a big coaching change. So things worked out on that end. Today, of course, we are going to cover the game. But since it's no game this weekend, we're definitely going to talk about some other stuff going on, including the big rumors out there, potential others, right? Some interesting, weird tidbits and rumors coming out, real news, community, of course. And then grab bag with you guys. We want to hear what you guys have to say. I think it's essential, especially in this good break in the season where you can really assess things. We'd love to hear from you guys and what you have to say. If you haven't put your votes in, of course, for the 3-2-1, I know Bam's going to cover that as well and talk about who's currently in the lead, which is pretty darn cool with that. Not as surprising as you think, but there's some guys in the race that are actually it looks cool. So we got you all covered there, of course. Before I get crazy, get into the show, get into the breaking rumors and news. Let me welcome back my boys. Welcome back, Bam. Welcome back, Tony. Bam, how are you doing, sir?
Good, all right, doing all right. Another beautiful cold day in Melbourne. We're hitting a cold snap at the moment. There's snow starting to fall in the mountains. So they're opening up the ski season a week early, so getting a bit chilly. But besides that, going all right.
I love it, man. And we had like 95 today. So, nice heat wave.
I'll happily take that. Also, before we start, as I mentioned last week, we had the A-League Grand Final. So congratulations to Western United that won 2-0. First goal was an own goal off a corner, came off the defender's back into the goal. And the second goal was the one that sealed it. Both teams pushed hard. So congratulations to Western United, who technically don't have a home ground at the moment. They haven't started building it, but they are going to start building it soon. So congratulations to them.
Pretty impressive for an upstart side. I mean, this is what, second season, right?
Like third season, yeah.
Third season. Crazy. But yeah. Good on them for doing it, breaking into it. A cool look. I love the kits. I love the colors. It's a good vibe, and of course, they're kind of friends of LAFC as well. Right? There is a shared.
The director of football, Steve Horvat, he's been over a few times to games. I know he's caught up with some of the FO talking about stadiums and all that kind of stuff. So they're doing the smart thing and coming to one of the best new stadiums that have been built to get ideas on what to do. So be interesting to see how their stadium comes out.
Good on them. Good on them for doing that. Again, the better it gets, supporter-wise, stadium-wise, the expansion of sport, it's all good things. I know Victory will bounce back and be right back in it again. They're not going to stay down for too long, especially with investors like Bam in the mix. Not going to let it happen. But, good colors and all that. I know that I still have the best Melbourne kit thanks to Bam, right? The city streets. But, man, it's just, again, good to see new faces win it. Hopefully we can say we're a new face winning at the end of the year and follow some inspiration there. So good on them. Yeah, Bam.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully this will show that even though we're still a young team, we can still push and get the trophies at the end of the day. And a good thing is our trophy is not a toilet seat like it is over here, but it's all right.
Yeah, I challenge everyone to look that one up. It really does look like a toilet seat. Even better, supporters are actually wearing toilet seats around their necks during the game, which I find just amazing.
See, normally that would happen, but this year the security at the gates were being real hard and confiscating majority of them. So hardly any got into the stadium this time, which is disappointing to see because it's a bit of banter. We accept it as the toilet seat. We've accepted it. So
You can't shake it. It's there.
exactly,
Run with
exactly.
it. Yeah. Have fun with it. It's no big deal. It's fine. Tony's sitting over there. I know you guys saw him on Instagram today, doing his thing, showing the faith, right? Tony, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. It was a very hot day. Got off of work landscaping and it was beating. Yes, the cat is napping. Well, both of them are if you want to see them, but they finally. But it's been a good day. I did my boycott and now I have the New Jersey, and then I have on that same day of the boycott, I was able to find the all white warm up at Mexico, like training jackets, which I was looking for forever, and also have my Real Madrid scarf with me as well because I feel like I'm all white going to Miami at this point.
It's okay. Real Madrid won. We all saw that. Good on the club for putting that up in the tailgate with all those TVs and everything and airing it inside the stadium. Good on them for that. It was awesome. Best yet in terms of the way they cover it. I mean, it's going to be a thing now. Obviously, they want to put us right after the Champions League. I wonder why, people. And so I guess we're going to get used to partying at the bank, watching the final. That's fine. That's cool. Makes the tailgates that much better. So good on the club for doing that. Tony, you had another kit actually, let's just throw it to you, man. You got news. So I'm going to give it to you now. Throw up your breaking news, throw up the rumors and the solidified rumors. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, so confirmed, not confirmed. At this point, it's literally we just need the hat box, the announcement, and everything. But as I've been saying this whole time, if it gets confirmed or if it's like super close to getting confirmed, I would be at HQ to get the jersey. And in Instagram Live today, I decided to do it because it was, they're only open Tuesdays and Saturdays, and then all the way through and then through Saturday, then from Thursday to Saturdays. So today was my day. And mind you, this is not a confirmed number. This is his number in Juventus in Italy. So for you guys not listening, not here live with us on the pod and listening on the podcast, listen on iTunes or anything, I'm holding up the Chiellini or Chiellini. I was taught how to say it. Mm-hmm. I was taught how to say it by my Roma friend. Like literally, he was like there for me for a good 10 minutes how to say it. Yeah, I like pronounced it away. And a number 3. So for all y'all to see.
He's gonna have to make a payment for that number if he does get it, right? Because Murray's gonna not want to give that. So obviously there's gonna be a cost here. Mm-hmm. But if he does, cool. I hope it happens. I think Murray was better with the 90s number, 91 or something like that.
94.
94. That's it. It looked cooler that way anyway. So hopefully he goes back to it for the sake of Chiellini to get his classic number. We're not confirming, guys. It's hypotheticals, right?
Yeah, he was.
Just check people, check frequent flyer miles from staff or something like that to get as much as you want. I don't know. It sounds pretty real. A certain source on Twitter who's rarely wrong, I guess, threw that up there, right, Tony?
Yes. Yeah, it's one of the sources. It's like once he confirms it for Italian football news, it's kind of true. So there was supposedly also LAFC reps in the stadium for the game against Argentina, which Ben will cover a little bit later to see how our not new player is gonna looks like. But again, speed does not always win.
And that's the worst look-see you could probably get, a potential World Cup winner versus a very rusty Italian side that's in transition. And Chiellini's got one foot out the door. Yeah, that's a hard look. I'll throw it to you, Bam. Your assessment of the performance, and do you really think we should take that with a grain of salt, or be like, yeah, it's kind of almost a testimonial for him?
So I've been watching a another American soccer podcast quite a bit lately on Twitch, done by a bunch of Atlanta guys that also commentate Atlanta games. They're Soccer Down Here on Twitch. Great bunch of guys. Watch a bit of them. A lot of them are very hesitant about this signing for us, especially after the last game where it wasn't his greatest game. He came off at halftime, but you know what? Look at who they were playing. You know, they're a team. They're a team that's not going to the World Cup. Argentina are a good game. Yeah, it wasn't his best game, but he's got other things on his mind. He's already thinking about us. He's already thinking about the black and gold. To me, it's take it with a grain of salt. It is where it is. It was more of a testimonial for him as you said, but for me, it's going to be a great signing for us. It's going to be amazing, and at the end of the season, it's going to look a lot different in the back.
Well, I could tell you this much. He'd at least signal where people should be. And, a potential league Golden Boot nominee might be covered at some point, thanks to maybe a little bit of conversation beforehand, something that this gentleman always does. So maybe, just maybe, we need somebody out there to organize and put the fear of God in some of our players, because that will help. That's for sure. Yeah, I know that the one goal where he looked like he was running through mud. The timing of the play was pretty rough, and I kind of looked like he was looking at the goalkeeper like, I thought you were coming out for that. I don't know. It was weird. So I'll let it go. It's not a sign of his career right there. I mean, follow the man, see what he's done. I don't think he's in hang up the boot mode at all. I think it was Del Piero was on ESPN FC the other day and was like yesterday, I think, and he was already talking as if it was a done deal. And he's like, well, no, he's coming there to win. That's just what he does. He comes to win. He plays to win. He's not the kind of guy that's gonna just like, I'm taking a vacation and kicking a ball around. If he's committed, he's committed to winning. And so that was where his head was at. It was a quick blurb, but I'm kind of with him on that. If you've ever known the way he approaches the game, I mean, this is the guy that was bit by Suarez, right? And then his reaction was, I don't want an apology because I'm an SOB when I play too. Like, that's the man we're dealing with here. It's fine by me. We need that. Tony.
So transfer window opens in July, correct?
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
First game in July. First game in July. Does he show against Carson?
Wow. Would you throw him to the Wolves? I mean, that's a hard ask.
I'll throw it out there now. I'm saying completely yes, because I can see that he'll already start training with us.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it's a big game, yes, but he's coming from Juventus and he's played in some pretty big games. I think he can understand the whole span of it. So I think if he doesn't start, he plays though for sure.
Okay. I mean, we'll see where the timeline falls and how many sessions he gets in. It's not like he won't adjust quickly. We know who he is, but again, we don't know yet. We'll see what the timeline looks like. I know the man's deserved a little bit of a vacation here, so I hope he gets to breathe a little bit before jumping over here. For his own sake, for our sake, make sure he's good to go. That I think that's essential. Let's see. I'm trying to think of July 7th. Yeah, July 7th would be the MLS transfer window, if I'm seeing that correctly. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but I think it's July 7th.
No, I just looked it up. July 7th to August 4th.
Okay, so that's when. July 7th.
We play Carson July 8th.
Oh, man. Sounds dramatic. We'll see. I think it'd be pretty wild if they do. So, yeah, again, we're not confirming, but the wind is blowing in this direction. It seems pretty damn obvious that he's heading this way. So we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll hope it happens. I know people are apprehensive. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen, guys? He becomes an advisor to the young guys. That's the worst thing that's going to happen. We've got a guy that's a true leader. He's going to help no matter what. Even from the bench, he's going to help. Play shutdown for limited minutes. That would still be better than what we got. Look what we got right now. You've seen the mistakes. And he's not coming at a DP contract. That's still wide open. So somebody else could be coming in the house. Somebody will be coming in. If they're not, I think we're all going to break out the torches, right? I mean, it's going to be trouble if they don't sign some people. At least make a move. If you have you can't sit on an open DP slot. We know that for sure. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add about Chiellini before we jump to the next conversation?
Nope.
Y'all ready for you want to get in the conversation with everybody else before we throw up some other rumors. So sounds good to me. All right, Tony, then you have the floor on club and community, sir.
Well, we have one more rumor. Again, this is from the Sun, and it's usually not so like this is more of like, I guess it was just thrown out there. Theo Walcott has been rumored to be coming towards us, but I feel that's more of a, I don't know how to feel about him. He's a good player, but I don't think he fits the system.
I think he sounds like somebody that might go next door. But they're kind of maxed out and they got to make a move to open up. So I don't see what they're doing anytime soon. Bam, your take on that one?
If he comes, he comes. I'm not fussed either way. There are some better players that I would prefer. Like you look at just who Man U's getting rid of at the moment, who other big EPL teams are getting rid of at the moment. We got DP. Let's go big. Let's go huge. Let's do something.
Right. Would you take a Bale? I'm just saying. Would you make that move?
Yeah, I wouldn't say no. Would you take a Lingard?
Possibly. Think he'd come?
He got released by Man U, so show him some money. You never know.
Right.
Would you bring an Isco or Marcelo?
Well, I mean, Isco would perfectly fit into what we're doing. So already, it's an instant fit. It's almost too perfect if we made that move, straight up. So, yeah, that would, I don't care what they're gonna pay. Go for it, man. Yeah, we need to win. So it's that simple. We need to win. We need to win now. The first opportunity just passed us by. We can't let another one go. So run with it. Definitely. All right. Tony, community news. Let's let it rip, man.
All right. So we have some LAFC news with two things that just popped up. One, Venue Ties extended their partnership with an Apple app with Clips. So if you don't know, they're the pretty much the sponsors that like help us with the digital tap and stuff like that. And I think now they're with this new app, you can actually order food from your seat and pick it up and everything like that, to make it more easy. So it's a nice little extension and stuff like that. We're getting more money into our club is the best way to say it.
Nice. Easier to spend. Ooh, dangerous. All right. That works. What's LAFC up to in terms of community support?
So for tomorrow, LAFC is doing their LAFC Fit is doing a healthy living pickup on June 3rd and 4th at 9 a.m. while supplies last. So it would be, excuse me, as I prep there. It'd be at the Green Lot. I'm guessing from what I was reading, they're giving out some healthy living stuff like that. So get out there. Like I said, it's I love that they're promoting this because, not gonna lie, I ran this morning. I was kind of huffing and puffing a little bit, so maybe I should just hop on that and get myself back into shape real quick.
Excellent. Again, club doing what it does best, supporting the community. Definitely, if needed, head out there for sure. And then lend a hand donation still going on, right?
That has ended
It
because
is ended. Okay.
yeah, because we don't have any because that was for the month of May. So that has ended, and so thank you very much for you guys who supported for Black Army and everything like that. Also, shout out to Cuervos for those bomb ass burgers.
Oof. There it is. Yeah.
For the Mo futsal cart. They were $10, but it was like the best $10 spent I've had for a while. So shout out to Cuervos and their cooks out there, and also shout out to Defenders and Shoulders Jonathan for the D9 shots that they were giving out for $10 and 5. That was really good. Their most expensive one, the one that is I have to get this right because it's new and it's nothing. It's the Añejo Ultra Cristal. So it's the first time they've ever done it. They had to do so much legal things with it from Mexico, but it's the first bottle to have all those in one bottle, and all of those bottles are hand painted. I finally saw it in person, and it's a good piece to have after you're done drinking with it too, as well.
Nice. Yeah, shout out to everybody that was doing all the donations this week. It was cool. It was super cool. Again, community doing what it does best. So good on everybody for that. Of course, Kickball Tournament is coming at us fast, right?
Yes, it is this weekend.
Oof. Yeah. Nice.
Exactly. Come out and join us at Bristol Park. It's probably going to be there early. I don't even know if they put the time out for it. Maybe they have, and I just don't know. I just know I'm going to be there early because I have to drive I'm in the woods, so gotta drive from the woods. And it's gonna be a fun event. There's probably going to be donations and probably gear as well, because also I have to mention this because it's probably the start of the first give out. 9 a.m. Thank you, Bam. It is Pride Month, so Pride Republic and crew already has their gear out. BA is about to come out with their new gear. We're doing our first round, of course, with members, and then we're bringing it out to the public. So also get that new Pride warm-up kit, because it is the first time you'll be able to get Rockstar as the sponsor as well. So come out, join up. There's going to be a raffle, as like we've been saying this whole time, to Angel City FC Founders Club tickets. 4 tickets to the North End Terrace against Seattle. LAFC Black and Gold Samba, size 8.5, and of course my favorite, 100 churros.
I love that. 100 churros. Good on them. All right, love it. And then we also have the Benefit Art Show coming up. Yes, this Saturday, right?
Of course. If again, June I feel is the best time, especially with everything. Since we have a break, we have more time to give back to the community, do more fundraising, have more fun, and it's their break and our break, but we never take a break. So this is how we give back to the community. So it's an art show and a silent auction. There is going to be a very cool couple art prints out for a certain baseball team out there. If you guys want to put in your bid, it's going to be from 6 to 9. DJ Fresco is going to be DJing it, of course. Shout out Fresco. And it's family friendly food. It's with Evolve Soccer LA, and yeah, let's give back to Benefit. It goes straight to AIM, which is one of the best foundations I've ever worked with. Shout out to Vic, because he's the man, and I love working with him as well.
And speaking of football, they're actually going to open up their mini pitch there. One of the pitches for kids to play. So there will be a youth football area so the kids can kick the ball around. It's a great space. It's a really great event space. So there's going to be a lot going on outside of just the silent auction in our show. There's a lot of activation going on. So you will have a great time. Anything Vic's involved with, let's be dead honest, is going to be a top-notch event. He knows how to take care of all of us. That's for sure. So if you go out there, have a great time with it. Really, it is so much fun to do. And now that it's the full 3252 kicking in on this thing, it's gonna be big. So yeah, don't miss out. Again, Saturday, June 4th, 6 to 9 p.m. I will do my best to be there to see all you. I know Tony, you're gonna make it happen. All good things. That is for sure. So yes, a busy weekend for everybody. But you know what? That's what happens when you get these international breaks, is we get to do our community stuff. It all works out perfectly. All right, let's get into the football. Let's talk about what happened in that match, because there is a lot to talk about with it. I know you're like, yeah, but no, legitimate. A microcosm of our issues has basically found itself in this match. The good, the bad, the ugly, as we like Tony to throw into the mix. It all played itself out in this game, and so you can't ignore it. It's great to get the win, but still, you can't ignore the elephant in the room. There are issues there that make us all wonder if this is legit the team that can get us where we want to go, especially with the Wednesday mistake happening. Yeah, this is where we're at. Looking at highlights. Actually, before we do that, let me tell you what the lineup was for this one, because it was a little bit different and it kind of foreshadowed a few of the issues we run into later. We had Max in goal. Good. Perfect. Ilie was at center back. Okay. I know a lot of people like, why would we do that? Why would we sacrifice it? Why would we put him back there? I'll tell you why. At Kansas City, Ilie played center back plenty. It's not new to him. This isn't some odd shift for him. This is a normal position for him. Yes, he's been a revelation for us in mid. At SKC, they needed him to play center back. They were short. It was needed. Okay. He did well there. So precedent says if you're short in that position, yeah, use him. He'll do the job. Is there a sacrifice? Oh, yeah, we saw it in this game. But if you're in a jam, he can get the job done. Next to him was Fall and Ibiaga. Okay, that is your back line. I know. Your defensive midfielder for this was Janela. Your central mid was Cifuentes. Did I see that right? It doesn't look right, at least with the lineup, but they're naming Hollingshead there, but it didn't quite play that way. And then Acosta and Blessing, and then up top Arango Rodriguez. But that thing shifted pretty quick, right, Bam?
Yeah, pretty much. It was where they were registered to play wasn't where they were actually playing for most of it.
No.
Like from what I found, we started with the 3-1-4-2, but finished with the 3-5-2.
Pretty much. Wing backs at times, right? I mean that's what it turned into, which we've seen before. It's kind of a throwback to what we've done in the past with other managers, but it was there. And no shock, Hollingshead shifts to the left side. We all saw that happen, where he plays his best position. Yes, that's his natural role. Yeah, I mean, again, it modified. Things quickly changed as needed. Against the San Jose side, that was much better than I think anybody really anticipated. They were really well organized. Of course, game kicks off. We get moving. Silence from the 32-52. I know that was upsetting for a lot of people. That was kind of the intent in some cases, where it was one thing where you need to notice, right? Sometimes shouting doesn't get the job done. A quiet voice does. And this was one of those moments where it just had to be said. Are we turning on the team? No. Are we completely? No, that's not what it's about. It's more of a, hey, this isn't right. It isn't where it needs to be. We know your potential, and that is the conversation. Now, we don't think you're trying. That is not it. It's execution that's the issue. It's getting the job done. We brought in guys this year to get the job done. Yes, there are injuries, but you can't get lost in that, especially on the Wednesday game where you're playing a team that was playing a limited lineup. It's just not acceptable. And not getting up for a game at that level just is never going to be enough. And that's why it said what it said, right? All we want is your full, right? You're played your potential. And that's ultimately where it's at. If it was a real protest, if it was legit like bad news, it would have been a lot more than that. It would have been a lot worse than that. But 10 minutes is not a big deal. Up and down, statement made, move on. Yeah, 12th. I don't know why I keep saying 10th. That is so weird. 12th minute for the 12th man, obviously. Boy, right? Bizarre. And that's all it was, Statement said, move on. You saw it roared. It went crazy. We went where it had to go. Now, good thing is, players took care of business while this was all happening, right? Noise, no noise. They got to work. They got the job done early on. 6 minute, Tony, what happens?
So to lead up to this goal, I feel like they woke up and they knew they had to show up for this game. So there's a lot of more chances before then with Sifu, with everybody, but 6 minute from Opoku passes into Hollingshead and he gets clicked in the back. And if you watch the announcers on TV, they were like, I don't think it was a foul. They look back at it. He literally kicked the back of his foot to get him fouled. So in the 6 minute or 7th minute, like how they, because like technically it's a 7 minute, Chicho scores a nice little stutter step goal to put us up 1-0.
Was that the craziest take? Like, dude, what an approach, man. That is nuts. Bam.
When I was watching it, I'm like, how high does he want to jump? Like, I've never seen someone go for a penalty and jump that high. Does he think it was in the high jump or what? He just ran on, jumped a hurdle, and just scored. I don't know why he did that, but as long as he scores, I don't care what he does.
I mean, if Vela did that, he'd pull something, right? I mean, that was extreme. But he did it. It looked cool when it was all said and done, right? Something different. And the guys just keep going, did exactly what had to be done. Good. Keep going. Keep fighting. Tony, what happened in the 13th minute? Just after, I mean, the timing was absolutely impeccable. Like, the play was building up, right? Good passes happening. 32-52 kicks off. And then just moments after they kick off, like, it's just total perfection. Oh, yeah, that guy scores again, right, Tony? Tell him how it went.
So I feel like we gave him an extra boost, as we do. Again, it goes back to, there's a reason why it's so hard to play in our stadium, because we make you hear you. We make you literally like be scared of us at the end of the point. So we go in, literally a ticky-tacky play from everyone, an assist from B-Rod, and we'll speak on him more throughout this whole game, to Joseph's leading scorer for the Golden Boot, Hollingshead.
I said, no, I didn't say Golden Boot. I said he's going to outscore poor Brian Rodriguez. Not that Brian's playing bad now, right? But it just seems that Hollingshead's having that year and his potential's there, that he'll have more than B-Rod. And that might be fair. That might be unfair. But who set this goal up in the first place, man? I mean, can he really complain? He set the goal up. And if we're getting assists, he's doing his job. But there it is. I don't know what we want to call this little rivalry between Hollingshead, because it's not really one, but the Hollingshead B-Rod special, right? But I think it's funny that it just keeps happening this way. We only win at the end of this, so it's good. Bam, was that one of our prettier goals we've had this year? Would it put it down at that?
I would, and I would say it's one of the cleanest strikes we've had for a while for a goal. That strike was fairly clean. It was nice. At the state, where we're going, I think Hollingshead's going to outscore Vela.
Golden Boot. Golden Boot.
You got to be on the field, right? I mean, he could, dude. I don't know. He's so dynamic, right? He's playing left back, and now he's sitting at the top of the box putting away. And I always watched him do these for Dallas too, and they tend to be screamers. Like, it's a thing with him. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. He's got the soldiers to help him get there. Definitely has the soldiers to do it, and he's only going to get better. So good on him. Of course, 2-0 is never safe, especially with LAFC. Ghost of seasons past is now rearing its ugly head. And so when we thought we were cool and this is all going to be fine, what happens only 3 minutes later, Tony?
Our thorn in our side. We have two players who are thorns. One's in Seattle now? Yes, one is in Seattle. One was, I think, he still is in SKC. I don't remember at the moment. And then there is a third because he used to be in Portland and now he's in San Jose. He bossed it.
Yeah.
And sorry. That's how much I hate him. I just don't want to get his name right. But so the first goal, it was just like kind of like a fall in our defensive. In live play, we kind of lost the ball in the backfield again, trying to be cheeky in the back and finding him, scoring this to put us up 1-0 or put us down a goal and then 2-1. But there's a worse one coming up.
Yeah, and you know what? I know the second one's blown coverage, but dude, how much time do you need with the ball to make the right decision? Like, really? I just don't get it. It wasn't even a stress situation. Just a really poor touch on a not that hard pass. Not at the level of MLS. That touch? No. I mean, how do you not? I don't get it. I'm at a loss right now for said player because it just seems like every week we're getting something where it's just kind of proving the point, right? That we're in trouble here. So again, I don't like dogging on a player, but I mean we're kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying for it, that's for sure. Bam, you want to add into that one? Because I'm just beside myself, to be honest.
Let's get to the next goal.
All right, let's move on because that one's even funnier. Not funny, sad, right? Tony, go for it.
Second goal off a free kick. It was blown coverage. And now this is where, again, our youth is affecting us. We do have the talent, but we do need someone strong in the back. And Ibiaga is not at the moment the one to do it. So for all the people listening, we're about to play what's going to happen. I'll give you, Bam, let's give you your best play-by-play that you can do this because you have the Aussie accent, so it'd be nicer to hear.
All right, so for those that are listening after the show and not watching live, pause, jump onto the YouTube, go to the 37th minute mark, and this is roughly where we'll be kicking it off from. So at the moment, we've got the freeze frame lined up for the corner kick. As you can see, everyone's manning up. We've got two on the 6-yard line just being there for zone defense, which is fair enough. Up the top of the 18-yard, you can see Ibobasi. Now, if we start playing it, it's there all by himself. No one's around him, no one whatsoever. See the defender pointing out who's on him. At this stage, the ball's coming in. Ibobasi wide open, no one with him. Everyone's going towards the ball. Fowler jumps up. Unfortunately, he's a little too short. One touch, boom, straight into the goal. So he freeze frame before he kicks it. You can see Mamadou Fall is just too short, which is surprising to say for Mamadou Fall. He's not short for any means, but there he's just too short. Did he jump a second sooner? Maybe, but that's as much as we can sit there and blame. It's all on him. He's still young. He's still learning. I want to know why no one was on Ibobasi from the get-go. That's my big thing.
It's the one guy that can hurt us.
Yeah, and he's
that's known.
Mm-hmm. Not even touched. He wasn't even touched. That's the other problem. It's not even like someone put a hand on him or anything, like gave him a bump. He literally just walked in and like crane kicked it in.
Just doing what he's got to do. You know, an easy run, uncontested. I don't see the player at the top of the box pointing. but then doing nothing about it when obviously it's not. It's really an odd situation. Of course, he's in an almost impossible situation because he's basically looking at two guys. So you just got to wonder. Earlier in the year, it was pretty much pure like man to man situation where someone's always watching somebody, and now it just again a little modified setup here. I don't know. It's just not anywhere near where it needs to be. Goalkeeper, he's of course paying attention to the ball at this stage. I mean, awareness too, right? It is a comedy of errors on several people. You can't look at Ilie like, why didn't he run in on the play? He's covering a man. What's he supposed to do? You would think Fall might even deflect that. If he does, we're not talking about this, but he misses it. He doesn't adjust right, and he doesn't get there when no one's contesting him to prevent him from doing that. So, yeah, blown assignments, missed ball, amateurs can get in terms of the play, and we pay dearly for that. And now it's a new game, a new life for San Jose. Yeah, here we go again. And now it's time we got to wake up. But this is just unacceptable. You can't do this. This isn't going to get you where you need to go. And in the playoffs, things tighten up. And if you do something like this in a playoff game, count it out. You're not going to win it. It's not going to happen. You won't get back the way you did in this one. So sad to see. It really is. But now they got to learn from that and move forward and yeah, work. That's what it's going to take. Work. So there we are. Thank you, Bam, for putting that up there. Throw that one back out. All right. Of course, we weren't done yet. Thank goodness we weren't done yet. Get to the second half. Again, we play our game. We do what we do. We're looking good. We were looking good for most of the game, except for these few random moments. We're throwing things away. But I know one save was required also for Max in the first half. That was a good one. But second half, back to doing what we do. 47th minute. Yeah, early into it. Tony, what happens?
B-Rod ends up scoring a screamer on the left. There was an assist, but they didn't on a foot mob. They didn't count it for some reason. So it's very odd.
Weird.
Exactly, because it wasn't a transition. So I didn't see who the assist one, but yeah, exactly. That's why I don't understand. But it's a screamer on the left, and again, put B-Rod on the left, 1-on-1 with the keeper. He's usually going to put that in. He does that in Uruguay and stuff like that. And B-Rod is on the scoreboard, putting us up 3-2 for the game, and he's celebrating. Like I said, he shows passion. It's something we've been missing. It's our team chemistry and team dynamic changes when he's on the field.
Yeah,
mind you, this is like before everyone didn't want him. We wanted to sell him. He didn't want to be out, but he knows this is his last chance, his last thing for anything moving forward. And he finally understands what it means to be part of a club and moving forward to play for the colors.
If he goes in the summer, at least he gave us some good work towards the end here. But dude, that was a Poku with that screamer of a pass, right? I mean, that was
it was a Poku, yeah. But it's just
perfect.
They don't. But in football, there's no assist. It's like it literally says nothing.
There's no assist on MLS either.
I don't get it.
I've just looked up. MLS has no assist on it. It's just B-Rod.
I mean, I know it's a distance pass, but dude, he hit that thing so hard. Like
it was 2 touches.
Did you think it was a shot? I don't know. Weird. Just weird. But I don't know. I'm happy he did it, right? I think we're all happy he did it. Got us the win. That's essential. And we can harp forever and a day about the defensive issues, but at least B-Rod got the job done. I know it was early. Could have had more. They had a few opportunities, but at the end of the day, job done with a huge what the hell. And we keep going. Thank goodness we're on break. Right, the guys get a chance for rest and relaxation. We've already seen Chicho and Tulum, Vela and where is he at? Cancun, right? I think.
Yeah, I think Vela's in Cancun. Chicho is where's Chicho at the moment?
Tulum, I thought.
All right, let's go
Yeah.
to Instagram real quick while
They're on vacation. That's what
Yeah.
we know. They get a chance to step off the field, get their heads right, and come back for a rush towards the
he's in the
finish. That's what they
Bahamas.
really. Wow,
Bella's in the
nice, man.
Bahamas.
Nice, good stuff. Uh, getting away, man. Love it. For the guys, it's good. They get to do this. They get to recharge. I heard Seattle's like on a 10-day, which is even wilder. But good on our guys. They need to get away. They need to reset. Need to come back ready to go. This is a good chance for that. Thank goodness for the long international break. Too bad for those players putting in work for their national teams. Not too bad. That means you might be going to World Cup. They're not getting any rest. I'm looking at you, Acosta. But good on you guys for still representing your country and making that happen. After these games, you get a few days, I'm sure. So, yes. So that is the story. Now, top 3, Bam. Where are we at, sir? How did the votes go? Give it to us, man.
The votes have been fairly up there for B-Rod and Hollingshead for this round from the fans. Same with us. We were all on the Hollingshead, B-Rod, Ilie, all that kind of stuff. So with it being the international break, I thought I'll give everyone an update on the top 5 that's happening. So the way that I've been doing it is I've been collecting all of our votes. So me, Tony, Joseph, going through and going, okay, these are the points from these people. The top 3 will then get a 3-2-1. So us together, we put our votes in, and then whoever has the most votes there gets 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. And same with all the fans that have been tweeting in. So I'll add up all of them. So for example, the last game, Hollingshead and B-Rod both end up on 10 points from the fans. So I did what I believe was the fairest thing and went 3 points each. So that's the 6 points from the fans. The game before, Vela got the most, then Ilie, then B-Rod. So Vela got 3 points, Ilie got 2 points, B-Rod got 1 point. So that's why I've been doing it. And then I've been adding the fans' 3-2-1s and our 3-2-1s together. And so 6 points, 4 points, 2 points. So going by that, it's been really interesting. In 5th place at the moment, we have Opoku on 12 points. So Opoku is currently on 12 points. In 4th place, we have Mabadu 4 on 16 points. That changed during this episode. So I just had to do that quick change because our votes obviously affected it. Mm-hmm. B-Rod overtook him to 17 points. So B-Rod was down on 14, but because between us, he got the most. So he went up to 17 points. Second, we got Ilie on 21 points. And although he's still off injured, the top player so far is Vela on 27 points. So at the moment, that is your top 5.
I love that image, man. That's hilarious. Dude, yeah, who's gonna go after him, right? Is Ilie gonna catch Vela until he gets healthy? Will B-Rod streak through this thing if he stays on with us for the year? Inquiring minds want to know, right? It's good. It's good to see the competition. It's good to see it's tightening. Let's be honest, because early on it was just Vela runaway. It didn't look like it was even going to be a competition. But now we have one with Ilie and B-Rod really stepping up. After that, again, I think you're going to see a gap starting to develop. Unless a new boy comes in and just inspires everyone. So
we look at it too is on 10 points, you got both Chicky and Hollingshead. They're both on 10 points. So they're there. Obviously, like further down the bottom, because you got Escobar, he's got 3 points at the moment. But he's been out. He hasn't been starting many games and all that, so he's not getting as much showing as most other people. So he's not always there in our mind. Moose is on 6 points. Crepo's on 9, so he's just outside the double figures. But we're interested to see how we go over the next course of the season. So at the moment, Vela's top, Ilie second, B-Rod third. So be interesting to see what happens. So
good development. There it is. Tightening up, guys. Keep it up. Keep your votes going. Essential, you're the reason why. At the end of the season, we will definitely be presenting a trophy to the winner. Yes, that's the plan. And I can't wait to see the commissioning of this said trophy. That should be fun too. And that's on the way. That is for certain. So keep your votes up so we can get this award properly to the deserving player on our squad. So our MVP. There we are. All right. Before I get into listener comments, I'm just going to do our Black and Gold Vinyl Club minute. And of course, after comments, we're going to talk about where the club's at. Yes, we're talking standings. Yes, we're getting into that. But for this week, I went super simple. As some of you know, there is a rancid connection with the Earthquakes, with Lars, I believe. So there it is. So we went with rancid this week. Album Out Come the Wolves, out in 95. If you don't know what it is, I highly suggest you go check it out. Biggest songs on that one. I mean, it's kind of their biggest album anyway, right? Time Bomb, Ruby Soho. Those are the big ones. I've had some crazy concert experiences with those songs, just saying. So that's why I went with it. Again, Bay Area band. We beat a Bay Area club. Just makes perfect sense. So there we are. All right. Keep up the conversations. You guys have been flying on those tonight, so it's time to give it to you guys and make it happen. Because again, this is a good time to hear from you guys. Get heavy with it. It's cool. We dig it. We love it. First on it, we got Anthony Bermudez. Yes, he gets the first call. Anthony Bermudez, names of DP midfielders from Europe that we should sign. He's looking for names, guys. I think Tony, you mentioned one that I think made us all happy to hear, right?
Isco.
Yeah.
Isco. And then there's also Mata as well as available.
You're gonna hear more names, guys. And July comes quickly. Yeah.
I've got one for you. I just had a look on Transfer Market, see who's without a club at the moment. So you got 25-year-old from Côte d'Ivoire, formerly at AC Milan, Frank Kessie.
Oh, okay.
Played 31 games, 6 goals, center mid. He's without a club.
Well then, right? We shall see.
His value is 45 million euros. And he's without a club.
That's crazy. He's going to cost somebody a lot of money. He won't be a free agent for very long. That's for certain. We'll see where that goes. Interesting. Good stuff, Anthony, on the DP midfielders. We'll bring more as the rumor mill continues because it's getting closer. He also says, looks like Chiellini deal is done. Just trying to fly to LA, and he's black and gold. Yeah, it came down to, I think, the family, just making sure they were on the right page. So that's what we're hearing. Again, confirm? No, but it does sound solid. Beast in the mix as well. And yes, Catnaps he mentioned as well. Wolf in the mix. Good evening, guys. Tony, where the Chiellini? Yeah, you saw it. You all saw it. Good on that. Beast, yeah, I mean, that is what we're talking about. Who's rumored? Right now it's quiet outside of that. So there's ones we've heard of, but we'll see. We'll see. I just hope it's somebody that we can recognize at this point and can push us across the line. Yep. Bermudez, once Chiellini officially signs, does he join us or do we wait until the transfer window is open? Once he's a free agent, that's what we have to wait. We have to wait for that to clear. So that's the big one. Q Carty says, good evening, peeps. How excited this summer is going to be with the potential rumors of a DP or two. And I like how you say or two because as you heard with the Vela conversation and rumors, he put the ball in the club's court. What they want to do is what they want to do. I mean, real talk. I think we can. It's not a hard debate, right? What he was getting paid before is definitely not what he's going to get paid now. If he thinks that, then we're going to be without him real soon here. I'm not sure if he's going to, play for less. We don't know where it's at yet numerically. But I think all of us are a bit concerned that if you're going to throw crazy money on a player that can't break the lineup every week because of injuries, what kind of a risk are you really throwing up there? And is that what we want to do in the lead up? It's a hard talk. It's a hard conversation because of what he's done for us in the past. But the time is now, and we want to win a cup. Is he the guy to get us there? And how much do we have to spend? It's complicated. That is for sure. Bam, what do you think is going to come out of this if you were going to make predictions?
It's hard because with it being a World Cup year, there's a lot of movement going on. It's hard to see who will go where. Like you're seeing all through Europe at the moment, a lot of big players announcing they're finishing with Club X. So like overnight, you had Mata put the video out of him on Old Trafford saying thank you, which is him in the stadium by himself. You've got other players like Pogba going, "Yep, I'm done. He's going back to Juventus for the second time on a free," and then Manuel buy him back for another 100 million.
No, okay. I love you, Pogba, but just help Juventus. They need it.
Yeah. So with all of that, it's hard to say who's going to be available, who's going to be coming to not only LAFC but MLS in general. So you got players that are on the verge of, I need to keep playing so they can keep their options up for getting into the World Cup, but at the same time they don't want to get injured. So it's a juggling act, a balancing act that's really fine. So at the moment, it could be anyone that could be coming to us. So I hate to be the one who
right?
Yeah, I hate to be the one that goes, no, it's going to be this. I'm not going to do that. It's because it's too hard to pick, especially this year. If it was next year after the World Cup, it would be a lot simpler. Be like, yep, okay, these guys have moved and all that. But at the moment, it's just too difficult.
Yeah. I think the big one, like Bale mentioned that he wanted to play somewhere in the summer, which I found that interesting. Who plays in the summer? Us, right? MLS. I think that decision gets affected heavily, of course, completely by their match against Ukraine, right? Wales versus Ukraine. That kind of will push that along as well. If Wales gets through, I guarantee he's looking for a summer signing quick. If it doesn't happen, then he takes a rest, right? And he goes back to doing what he does, probably goes back to Europe or, takes a lot of money somewhere else. But that's a guy that has openly said, I want to play in the summer for obvious reasons. So that's one if you want to have fun with that. There's just, again, so many options out there. I think as we get into next week, we're gonna have a much clearer picture of who's really, really a free agent and who's kind of holding out that wants to stay where they're currently at. So it'll get a little more obvious in the next week or so. Yes, Tony.
There's one that's on it that we could get, but he's not coming to us. He still can ball out in Europe, and I know Joseph would be the first one to get that jersey. Lewandowski.
We can't afford him.
He's still producing. That's why.
He's going to be playing probably in a white shirt next year. I'm thinking.
I heard he was going to Barca.
Do you think it's going to be Barca?
I heard
he's been rumored for both sides, so it's his choice at the end of the day. He can go wherever he wants. That's the truth of Lewandowski. Whatever he wants to go, he just goes, I'm going there, and he goes there. Make the money right. And they'll pay anything for him. Yes, ma'am.
If you really want to go ridiculous, look at the Daily Scum, the Daily Sun from England, and what they're reporting last night about a PSG player who just signed a new deal, who apparently has so much more power that he wants to get rid of 14 teammates, including the coach. One of those teammates he wants to get rid of is Neymar.
We can't afford him. There's no way we can afford that. Like, I would love Neymar.
Entourage.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, I feel like you get in so much more trouble out here, to be honest.
There's no way the football would be the focus out here. No way. Not a chance. No.
Was loaned to Las Vegas Lights for indefinite.
Yeah, just loan me the lights. Yeah, that would be. Bruce Elmasmati is gone, so there's an opening now. Just saying. No, kidding, guys. Again, I'm going to enjoy seeing the silly season play itself out. Silly season is always best in a World Cup year. It is a weird time to have silly season, but we're here now. I love this stuff. And then if you think they're expensive now, just wait till after the World Cup, the winter transfer window. Oh, my Lord. It's going to be wild. So I love the World Cup. It's just, again, everyone gets paid. So good things on that end. So nice. Let's see for the next thing. Mark Lopez, chances Suarez goes to Carson and gets a second bite at the apple. I'm gonna throw that one to you, Tony.
That'd be hilarious. I wonder, like I said, if you know Chiellini, he's a jokester. He always is, and like he likes to have fun. But when he gets serious, he's serious. I think he's probably put that past him. To be honest, I'm not. I don't know. Again, he's I know him, but I don't know him as well as my friend would know him. So,
I mean, he said openly, I wouldn't accept an apology from him because, again, guys got to do it. Guys got to. I mean, he basically called himself an SOB in the process. It was pretty funny. No, I think they would play together and probably hug each other on the signing. I think that's the kind of guy we're getting because it's for the win. Would Suarez come here? That would be insanity. We could afford him, I guess. So you never know. Could you imagine they played together with all the scandal and all that? That'd blow some minds.
TMZ would have a
just
field
saying.
day. TMZ, it's on LA. TMZ, let's go.
Let the world burn. There it is. We'd be the villains in an instant. Take it. We'll take it. Yeah. I don't know what Carson's going to do. I don't care what Carson's going to do. I just want to beat them when we need to. That's all I care about Carson. Oh, yeah. I say they threw Zlatan at us. I know. Moving. Carlos C's predicting that Chiellini does not start against Carson. All right. I like that one. It takes out Chicho with a good clean Chicharito with a good clean tackle. Yeah, could you imagine how many times he'd roll if he got hit by that guy? It would be just amazing. Interesting, Carlos. Is Dolo planning to change the look of the team defensively with this signing? I would anticipate it. I mean, with 4 in the back, we're solid. I mean, big picture, could you see Segura and Chiellini together back there? I mean, that's reality by summertime. Talk about stabilizing things in the back. And if I mean, I think that's reality, right, guys? I mean, he is coming back. Segura's he was on the bench this week. He was dressed this week. He's back, people. And now those two are holding it down. Dude, like that ain't so bad. I'm not crying much if that's the setup. It could still be the 2 then. You don't have to go crazy with it. And the 4-3-3 will return. And now you have options at right back as Escobar gets healthy, as Fall can play potentially there, as Hollingshead can potentially play there. I think, that's what Chiellini does is he opens up other guys to do other options. It's good. It's good. Are we keeping all these guys? That's a lot of money in the back line. That's not getting a lot done until it happens. Left side, we know who's going to be there when he's healthy, but until he is, Hollingshead does the job. So, yeah. Where are we going to be? I think the exact same system. I think that's what we're going to see. Bam?
Just because I love the kid and see a lot of potential, I wouldn't mind us going with the 5 in the back, 3 center. So that way Fall's out there with the wing backs. Yeah.
Okay.
5 at the back with wing backs. Keep the 3 center backs. That way Fall has a wealth of experience to grow on and all that kind of stuff. That's the only way he's going to get better in these days. He needs that wealth of experience next to him on the field in matches to help him out. And that's what I would love to see. It's going to be interesting to see who or if we sell during this window or loan out. Will be really interesting to see and go from there.
What if it's fall for big money?
I'll be sad, but I'll be happy.
For him. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
It'll be... Losing Rossi was a perfect time for us. He'd done a lot here. He wanted the experience to go over there and do that. With 4, it might be a bit too soon, but at the same time, though, it could be this perfect move for him.
I mean, you could see a big team like Bayern taking him on a long-term project, you could say. Because if a big club gets him, he's a long-term project. He plays for their second side. He gets things right with them, falls into the system, and he won't be down for very long, knowing his abilities. He's, again, we can be mad as hell at him at times, but the age, man, like he's totally doing more than you would expect from a player with his amount of years playing pro is pretty wild to have him where he's at right now. But he could be the guy that goes because again, if the money's right and that allows us to buy that proper central attacking midfield, I think we'd be okay with it because of the upgrades connected to that. Sounds like what? But if it's Chiellini, Segura in their back, you might feel willing to do that. I know. You're like, what? Yeah, it's potential.
I would love to see him go to the club he wants to go to, where he wants to play. Marseille. He wants to go there. He's a massive Marseille fan. If Marseille came knocking, even if it wasn't for huge money, I think that LAFC would lose him on a free.
I mean, on a free, no. We're going to have to make our money. He's an investment.
Yeah, but see, that's why, though. Like, if we denied him a move to Marseille, he wouldn't re-sign a contract, and he would just go there on a free.
I mean, it's just a fair deal. Simple.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they would do that. And if they did that, even if it isn't crazy money, how many other players would see that? How many agents would see that? Like, okay, well, they're willing to help players reach their dreams ultimately. It would just help us in the long run too. So if he's the story, right? If he's not, cool, we need him. But that could be definitely a big chip that could be moved. Murillo could get moved. Wouldn't put it past them for making a move on him. Henry and Ibiaga, again, I'm not sure what we'd get for them, but Ibiaga was he was much improved this week, I gotta say. He had a critical save this week. So I mean, those guys are more squad guys at this point. So interesting times with Chiellini. But I don't expect crazy changes. It'll be subtle stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Moving on. Edgar Corral's in the same boat. Bring Isco. So there we are. Let's see. We see Carlos C. I don't see how his age and lack of speed translates to the way our CBs get isolated. I mean, with a 3-man, maybe, right? But I think you have coverage. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to take it from that one game, right? There's more to it. That's for sure. Smalls is on the Juan Mata bandwagon. Dig it. All right. Q Cardi, should we be more focused at an Escobar backup because Acosta's not that guy whatsoever? And we're wasting Acosta in that role, right? We all know this. We haven't made a replacement for Kim Moon-Wan. We just haven't. It hasn't happened. Even an understudy. We haven't had that guy yet. We're using Hollingshead in a platooning role, but again, we saw what he can do at the left side, and we're fine with him at the left side. No reason to be throwing him all over the place. We don't know when Cheeky's coming back yet, right? It looked pretty rough with it looked like a concussion to me. I mean, it looked bad. Neck injury, they're saying, but it's all bad news. But yeah, you're right. Right back is where we've had moments this year already. I'm thinking Colorado, guys. It's been rough. So yeah, I would definitely see a younger player get in there because Escobar's not looking like he's going to be an all the time kind of player. So yeah, I think we all know who he's talking about here. Edgar Corral says there's plenty of nice golf courses out in LA. Yeah, even with water restrictions. They seem to never have to restrict those. Yeah. Options for the man. Yes.
There's Top Golf as well. There's building a new one, I believe. I forget where. Because I went to the El Segundo one. That was a really nice one. But yeah, maybe I can play golf with them.
Yeah. I'm sure he could get in without delay. We see Beast and Marcial for Isco. Carlos C's on the right back setup as well, so Acosta can play in midfield every game. Yeah. Carlos C. Okay, hot take. Trade sell Jennings, Moose, Henry, Janela, Sifu, and don't extend Vela. I don't think that's a hot take. Real talk on that one. Jennings, you're not going to get much for him, so I'm not sure what the sell would be there. Moose has value. There's a lot of teams would definitely jump on him. I do think that for sure. Henry, he tried at RSL, didn't make it, end up with us. And he's trying to get to the World Cup, and obviously where he's at right now, I could see him trying to foster a move just because he needs more play time. Janela, I think we've gone crazy on that one already. Sifu, again, maddening at times, inspiring at others. Consistency, not quite what we want yet. What do we make a move there? And then Vela, I mean, if he's not going to go down in price, which sounds like that's the sticking point, and an extra year could be the sticking point. It's a real situation. I mean, even crazier. Could we be talking about 3 new DPs by next month? 3. Because who knows with B-Rod? He's been rumored to go to Liga MX, to Italy. I mean, nothing's off the table at this point. It really isn't. Again, silly season, World Cup year, things happen. So we'll see. Ox giving his love to the BA fam. All right, Janela should have been cut. Dude isn't worth over 500K. Yeah, it's hard to see. It just hasn't panned out. It's rough. That's for sure. Beast, LACFO shouldn't wait on Vela, just move on. We're seeing the trend here, right, guys? That's what Beast says. Mark Lopez, 110 Football was talking like the silence was targeting only the players. The FO needs to feel it too. I think they do, man. I think this is an all out, like, what the heck, man? Like, I mean, if it starts with the players and the comment made, well, who manages the players? Who puts them on the field? Who puts the best guy possible out there? Yeah, that's right. Who buys and sells the right guys? Because if they're not going to get the job done, who does it fall to? So the pressure's on them too. I think that's just the expectation, right? Beast, if LSU doesn't beat Carson in July, that silence needs to be for a whole half. I don't even want to talk about that, man. That's how annoyed I am right now. Yes, go, Bam.
For me, Carson at home, if we lose at home, because we've beaten them at home, doesn't feel like that massive. It's the whole we haven't beaten them in Carson. That's what hurts the most. So going through it, just us playing them in Carson, they've scored 19 goals, we've scored 10. They're almost outscoring us 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the deafening silence that we put out for that 12 minutes was mainly because the way I see it was because of us in Carson.
Yeah.
So as much as it will suck to lose at home to them, we can't talk any trash to them. We can't talk trash to them at the moment because we can't beat them in their own house. So for that game, when we get up to it, we'll talk more about it. But to me, it's more another game at home. It's the away game to them that means the most at the moment.
We got to win anyway. I mean, dude, no way you're going to let it get swept. No way. It would be unacceptable. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about it because I know what my team's going to do in their own house. I know what we're going to do. I'm not talking just Northern. I know what we are going to do. Nobody supplied any justice towards what Raheem Edwards did to us. Okay. Now he's got to go in the house, man. No one's going to be quiet for this one. Don't care what happens from now to then. I don't care what happens. We're showing up for that. Everyone's showing up. The players are showing up for it. There could be new faces showing up for that. It's on. It is on. Yeah.
I can see someone copying a 5th yellow the game before. I can see Edwards
or he doesn't start, right?
Yeah. No, I'm saying Edwards will either come up with a knock the game before, catch COVID, or get a yellow and get suspended for the game. I don't see him coming into our house.
Yeah, I think he'll go coward on this one as well. I don't think he's going to start. They already brought in a guy to replace him, right? From Minnesota. I mean, the writing's on the wall. That's why that dude's there. It's to replace him. So he might not even have a starting job by the time he gets there. Should be fun. Beast. Front office would only field if supporters don't buy anything from HQ. You know, honestly, I think they've got the message loud and clear. The message has been heard. They now know. There's no question. They're not happy either about the situation. And that's the real conversation. Is they you think they're like, yeah, we've moved? No, they haven't really. There's a rage there too. That's why I think the transfer window is going to get a little entertaining. They're pissed, just like us. Trust me on this. I know this. It's just one more thing. So yeah, no, they're not looking the other way and thinking it's going to go away. We all know each other way too well for that. It's still tight, guys. Louis V, to be honest, I like the silence for once. Everyone got to enjoy our football. Yeah, it was a weird vibe. A weird vibe, man. Tony's putting his hands up there because I mean, for him, he actually got to watch the game, which is a rarity for Tony, right, Tony?
Yeah, it was hard. It was needed. I saw the complaints of like we should be backing them, all this stuff. Then I issue this. Whoever listens to this who's not in the supporter section, y'all know the chance. Y'all know how to do it as well. Go for it. Like we it's not just the north end that we do it, yes. And there's like the way we do it and everything like that. But if you wanted to push the team to move forward and like can support them the way that you thought we should have, again, we're not against them. We support them 100% true, but it was 5 years of going into that house, paying whatever ridiculous price Carson wants to put on us to go there. And for not to win there, it's not just that one game. It's all the games of these past 5 years, and that's why we were mad. And yes, there was heated words that came out of me, but that's how I felt. I couldn't filter myself. Now stepping back, exactly. So that's
put us on a list if you dare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are who we are. We're always going to be who we are. We're going to tell you the truth. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. That's for certain. We're done. We're done with it. Do something. Simple. Ox, Hollingshead is the player of the season. He's definitely the Swiss Army knife of the season. The man does everything. Good on him. Yeah, you could tell he's truly enjoying himself as an LAFC player, and we're honored to have him here. Mark Lopez, a sign should be a warning shot. The FO needs to make investments, especially with the open DP. Here's my real. I don't even call this a hot take. It's just the way I feel. That was the warning, telling the players we need more. The performance needs to be better, right? That's where the warning's at for this one. The window comes and we don't see the performance that we need. It's not on the players anymore. That's on management. Totally on management. You had the opening, right? If you don't take it and don't take advantage of that and get us ready for, that team and can't step up and get us where we need to go, it's on you now. It's not on the players. It goes beyond personnel. So, done with that. Let's see. Suarez. What's up, y'all? How are we feeling about our new signing? There we go. Casey. Hey, Casey in the mix. There we are. He says Kessie's going to Barca. So there you go. Libby, how soon do you guys think we'll see why do I keep Chiellini on the field?
Chiellini.
I know better. Saying the last 3 episodes, but all of a sudden, the guy named Zacher is doing chuz. Go figure.
Chiellini.
Chiellini. Yeah. I think that's the debate. Are we going to get him for the game against Carson? Are we going to get him off the bench? But you have to expect he's going to be there at the show. Yeah. We'll see if he plays. Moving on. Carlos C. I wouldn't want Neymar even on a free transfer. I'm with you, man. There's diving and then there's that. I'll leave it at that. Marvin, he's answering early July. Yep. Beast, I've seen several of our guys on vacation. Great when they come back. I want balls to the walls finish to the season. I think they do too. D Velas 86 wants Isco. Dig it. LFCB says, question for the panel. Do you guys still see Vela finishing the season with LAFC? I'll say, yeah, I do. I still think they're going to figure something out. I'm happy I'm not John Thornton in this conversation. I'll tell you that much. But I don't think he wants to leave at the end of the day. What kind of a discount is he willing to take? That's the story, whether he stays or not. But he's going to have to take a big discount. Ball's back in his court if that's the case. Tony, you got something to say?
Oh, no. I was looking. There's a question that's coming up that you might bring up that I was looking up. Bale is considering going to Tigres.
Well, that's a wild one. A wild one.
Yeah. Okay. So continue on, but yeah, that was my like shocker of like what the hell.
D Velez, anyone you guys would like from Liga MX? I'm gonna have to research that bad boy. We keep looking across the pond, and we should probably look south, even farther into South America, probably. That would make more sense in the realm of LAFC. So I think you're onto something there. Yeah. Homework, people. Homework. Marvin Chavez. The FO always has us with OTDPs. We've had a couple strikeouts. That's for sure. We'll see where they're at on this one. Ox, agree with you, Bam. Means more beating them at their rental home. Just beat them. That's all I'm at. Just beat them. Pummel them. Take care of business. Marvin, heard some fans confronted players after the Galaxy game. Do y'all know anything about that? What I know is there was conversations. Do I know the details? Not yet. But I do know that stuff was said. I don't know how bad it was, how good it was. But yeah, they definitely heard from some supporters. Again, do I think it's intimidation? Not at all. I think it's frustration. And that would probably be where it's at. But yeah, I don't have much on that one, to be honest. I'm getting it from RCR. He messed it up too, but I'm just saying. See that? He messed it up.
It's with the K. So you say like Chiellini. I know you want to say a K because of the Q, because of that, but it's a K. It's a Chiellini kind of thing. Yeah.
See that I there?
Look. That guy.
No.
Right.
No, Bam. No, Bam. You get it right.
Fun fact: Chiellini has a master's degree. What? Yeah, check it out. It's kind of cool. Smart guy. I'm telling you. Christopher Gomez, now that Chiellini and Segura coming back, what's the dream back for? I mean, that sounds pretty dreamy to me. I mean, my other dream, if they're healthy, would be Escobar on the right and Hollingshead on the left. Sorry, I'm that guy. As much as Palacios has done, he's still been a liability at times. And so I do prefer Hollingshead. That's me. That's where my head is at. He's done too much in terms of the scoring side to tell me that the other guy's a better offensive option. I'm sorry, who's putting the ball in the net? That's what I'm looking at. So that's my dream back for. Bam, what's your dream back for?
I have to go with you too. Like, as much as I'd love to see Fall out there, he's just too young. He's inexperienced. So with those two and Escobar and Hollingshead, you've got to go with that 4 to me as well.
Unless we do Bam's 5 and then Fall gets in the lineup. Right?
Yeah, or you could even, the way that Hollingshead's scoring, push him out as a midfielder.
Maybe, but we know what he does best. He's good at sneaking in there where everybody was looking at the other targets. So, yeah, I mean, the wingback fun. Ooh, all right. Here's one from Carlos C. Wouldn't mind Julio from at. Yeah, okay. All right. I mean, look at what Atlas has been doing, man. Like, legit, right? They're on top of things. So maybe, I mean, without cost us a lot. It just seems to be like if you get a guy from Liga MX, he's going to cost you more than you'd expect, right? I mean, they pay pretty darn well there. So, yeah, we shall see. Lunch special Gio Chiellini is so slow. I get it's more about getting him to lead defense and teach him and whatnot, but I'm scared of him to actually be on the field taking all these young, fast attackers. I get the concern, man. No, legit. Like, I get the concern. Trust me. It's in the back of the head. I don't want to see us go with a Lothar Matthäus situation where this guy signs and then by halfway through his time with us, he wants out. That'd be horrible. But there's those stories, but then there's also stories of guys taking off, and finding their fit and utilizing the guys around them to do the job. So, yeah, we'll see. Tony, I know you want to jump in on that.
I was like, if you want to go off his past game against Argentina, fine. But then you go against his past game in a championship final against England, where their front is super fast, and how that ended up.
Yeah. Just gonna get caught in the foot races. That's the trouble of it all. Yeah, I get the concern, dude. It's legit. It's totally legit. We don't know what we're gonna see from him until he takes the field for us. That's the gamble. Will it work? Will it not? We will find out. Hopefully, it sounds rather quickly. And we'll go from there. Again, worst case scenario, say the speed isn't happening and Segura's back and now it's Segura Fall. It still looks a lot better than what we got now. And then Chiellini comes in for the lockdown moments. Sounds weird for a player like that, but worst case scenario. Yeah.
But what we do know is he will play 100% all the time. He plays for the team. He plays for the heart and soul of where he's playing at 100%.
Do you really think Edwards would have walked out without a grass stain? Just saying.
Oh, if Chiellini was there? Oh,
yeah.
He would have. He wouldn't be mouthing off the way he was mouthing off, like thinking he was some tough guy. You know what I mean?
I love this comment from Christopher Gomez. I love it, dude. Because I think that's in the back of our head. You're like, so Christopher Gomez, he's going from against Messi and Di Maria to going against Chofis and Edwards. I think we'll be fine. That's awesome, man. Love it. Oh, look at Marvin. I think he's in that boat with Bam here. He says, I want to see the 3-5-2 with Segura, Chiellini, Murillo. Murillo. All right. All right. Cool. I mean, dude, Murillo's got the speed, right? I think at this point, it's the Murillo fall is interchangeable. I think that's what we're looking at, if that's the case. So, no, I mean, if Escobar is on that wide side and again, wing back, I'm for it. I think Hollingshead does that too. So I just like having Segura back. Just seeing him on that list is I feel so much better when he's totally in there doing what he's doing best. So yeah, good times. Yes. All right. Is that it? Is that the comments? Anybody else want to throw it out there? You got a few seconds here. We're at the hour and a half mark. Yeah, 90 minutes, people. So get those comments in because we are gonna do a little bit more, right? And then we'll be calling this thing. So I'll let you guys jump in a few again with a couple more comments after we mention a few little bits of information, and then we'll close this bad boy out today. All right. So the next thing we wanted to talk about was just where we're at right now in the standings. How are things looking? Right now, we're sitting on 29 points, averaging 2.07 points per game. That is wild to be averaging over 2 a game. But we're here, people. It's happening. 14 games played, 9 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties. Not so bad. Goal difference of a +13. Again, not bad. The next closest team to us is NYCFC. Yeah, those guys. They're averaging 2 points a game as well. They're at 26 points. Okay. 8 wins on the season, goal difference at 15. Yeah. So this is going to be a proper supporter shield race. That's what that's going to be. Towards the end, Philly's in that mix as well with 25 points. You can't write off Dallas either. They're also at 25. Trailing behind that, of course, Salt Lake. They're also at 25. And then Austin at 24 points. So they've been having a little rough patch. We know what that feels like. So they've got to think about things. After them, of course, would be Carson. But we don't talk about Carson. Moving on, Nashville's 22 points. Maybe having home cooking will help them. Again, they had a rough start with all those travel matches, so I do expect them to start creeping up the standings too. So that's where we're at. But yeah, I mean the runaways right now look like LAFC and NYCFC. If you're just looking at the quick look, and of course we saw what Philly can do against us, so you can't write them off either. Again, injuries and poor form is what we need to talk about. We do know that the record looks stellar, but we got bounced from a tournament, so that's real. Looking at the Jekyll and Hyde performances, I know you guys covered that as well, and we'll keep covering it as well. We're not going to get too deep to it now because we already talked about it. So there it is. Little interesting stats compared to years before. Total shots so far 165. Man, we're firing away, man. 17.6% converted, right? And we're at 43 minutes per goal. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Goal and a half, man. It matches for the 2 goals. Left-footed goals 17, right-footed goals 10, headed goals 2. We've popped 3 penalties. 25 of the goals that we have scored have been from inside the box, 4 from outside, and 1 direct free kick. Varied. Yes. Good times. Looking at the passes, about 81% pass success rate. I think we've been higher in the past, but we're more possession minded in the past. Now it's more like, let's just do this. Yeah, that works. That works. Averaging 446 passes per 90 minutes, which is pretty high. Other interesting stats. I love stats. You know me. Average possession of 54%. So that's something to look at there as well. In terms of clean sheets, I think this stands out and it annoys all of us. We only have 4 clean sheets this year. Again, gaffes do that to you. So if you want to look at something, that's an interesting situation, and we're averaging 1.1 against the game. Yeah. Tackles, again, 59%. We are winning. Aerials, we're winning. That is something we didn't do in the past, 52%. The duels, though, definitely we're at 48, so 50-50 shot. Again, we didn't have that rate either past season. So on that end, it does look pretty decent. Star power, like I said, and we talked about earlier. Vela's in the lead at 6. Hollingshead's chasing him at 4, and he's on the field. So there. It's funny, but it's real talk. Orongo at 3, Cifuentes at 3, I believe B-Rod at 2. That's a goal situation. Cifuentes, of course, is your assist man at 3. Palacios at 3. Vela at 3. Again, we're confident a guy that's got 6 goals and 3 assists if you really want to play the stats games. I know one was a hat trick, so that kind of skews things a little bit. Appearance-wise, who's out there. I'm not going to get too heavy on that because, man, we use our guys anyways. Now, it is quiet in June. That is fine. That is beautiful. That is lovely. We don't get back on the field until the 18th. Yes, that's right. It'll be against the Seattle Sounders, who I said is taking a long break, 12 o'clock kickoff. Yeah, I know. Another day game in the summer, guys, but that's where we're at. Beyond that would be the 29th against Red Bulls as a Wednesday game. I think with the time wrong for the guys on the list over here, but it should be a night game, obviously. And then July gets nuts. I know. If you thought it was bad in the first half before this break, it gets crazier. It's condensed. We have July 2nd, Vancouver. July 8th, Carson. July 17th, at Nashville. I know y'all going on that trip. I know. I've seen the list. July 23rd, at SKC. July 29th, versus the Sounders again. So, what? Yes, it's a busy schedule. And then August 3rd, Club America. So the Thunderdome. The battle in Inglewood. So, yes, that is the schedule we're looking at. It's busy. The teams are a lot harder. I mean, you've got Seattle twice on that list. You've got Red Bulls in the mix. You got Carson. You got Nashville. These are playoff sides, I would think. Vancouver, not so much. But the others are definitely playoff sides. And SKC's in that, and we always know they play us pretty well. So, yeah, obviously it's going to get busy. We're going to need reinforcements. Perfect timing to get reinforcements with this busy schedule. So that is where we're at. Bam, anything you're like chomping the bit at for this schedule? Like, I can't wait for this one.
That Red Bull game is a midday game. It's a 5 a.m. kickoff for me.
Interesting.
Yeah. One of the stats that you went through that we saw that I was really interested in was the pass direction percentage. So 25% of our passes to the left, 25 to the right, 36.5 forward, and 13.3 backwards.
Those are all Janela.
Yeah, no, but that was really interesting. Also, just had a quick look while we're talking about schedules and all that. Las Vegas Lights plays tomorrow, and they also on the 11th of June that have a 7:30 p.m. kickoff in Vegas against our mates over at the Orange and Black Soccer Cast, Orange County SC.
Oh, so we could see some prospects in Orange County.
We lost one.
I know. Bruce is gone. Bye, Bruce. All the best to you. I think he was happy to go. Let's be honest. He couldn't get in the lineup anymore. So, but there's others. So, yeah.
So you want some football fix tomorrow? Tomorrow's a 6 o'clock game away to Colorado Springs, and then on the 11th, 7:30 p.m. at home to Orange County SC. So 2 games before we're back on the pitch. So if you want to watch, you might see some of our bench players heading down there, or they might get a break. Don't know, but we'll see.
Good. Yeah, guys, go if you can. I mean, again, we're on break, man. Go get some football. You gotta get your fix. Go get your fix. It's a good one to get. You'll see some of our prospects. That's for certain. Good on them. And then maybe guys we might want to sign because a certain individual seems to be stepping up, right, Tony?
Yes, they are. So
Go for it. Yeah. So you got the schedule. You know what you want to do. We've talked a bit about the window shopping. I think the consensus that we got from you guys is we're looking at central attacking midfielder and potentially a right back for support. I think that's the dominant conversations. Maybe a right winger if things don't work out. Uh, yeah, right. So we'll see what goes from there. Expectations do not diminish, even though I know we've got a little protest action going on. Expectations are there. We have roster space to make it happen. We have budget to make it happen. We know that in terms of pay, in terms of what we're paying for this roster, we've got room. We got room to make a move. So all of us are going to be waiting like kids on Christmas Day, right? To open that package, see what we're getting. So Christmas Eve, I should say, because we haven't found out yet. Yeah, bring it. And so we'll see what happens there. Beyond thankful for everybody today for the comments. You guys rock. But yeah, man, pretty heavy episode this week, right, boys? Bam. Anything else you want to add before we get into our final comments of the day?
No, I'll just jump straight into final comments if Tony's got nothing else to add.
Just the off the rails. We're probably me and Bam are probably going to go more into that this month because couldn't really do it this last month because it was so stacked that we were back to back. So we'll probably do that. There's going to be some new content coming from me with the Heart of LAFC with a certain game coming out. So be prepared for that. Be prepared on your DMs because I may hit you up to do one. There's some. I want to do some special interviews for this month and moving forward. And check our live for tomorrow for something really cool.
Yeah, I don't want to tip any information on that. But yeah, check it out. Something could be up. Over that. And off the rails, yes, guys. I think next episode is what 240. Are we already there? So we'll get to you guys when that's gonna happen. It might be next week. It might be the week after that. Off the rails, get their wings and get a chance to spread next week. We'll see. We'll keep you guys posted when the next episode's gonna happen. I know standard is Thursdays, so keep your eyes peeled. That's for sure. All right. Bam, you got your final comment. You're good?
Yep.
Ready for it?
Let's rock and roll. So final comment.
Right.
For all you guys that for the international break, enjoy it, relax. It's as much as our break, it is the players' break too. Obviously, you got some big World Cup qualifying games going on. So you got Australia versus UAE. The winner of that goes on and plays Peru. Congratulations to UAE for beating Australia because our coach doesn't know who to pick. He just, if you're not one of his mates, you're not getting picked. This is the guy that the Sydney media got in and got rid of Ange Postecoglou for. So they were moaning about Ange Postecoglou enough that he got sacked and got Graham Arnold in to have a second go and fail again as a national team coach. Tonight, I'll probably be watching some of the local football. As I explained to the boys earlier, there's a big game on tonight between Preston Lions and North Springvale Eagles. There's some stipulations for this game. There's blocking off half of the stadium to no fans being there. No banners or flags for each team's allowed to be there. Police presence going to be there. It's going to be interesting to watch. Look, it's because the fan groups just hate each other. It's a cultural hate as well, so it's really interesting. If you want to do a deep dive, a lot of the clubs in Australia came from immigrants that wanted to meet other people from the same country and get to do that as well. So you got Preston Lions, who are a Macedonian club, and North Springvale Eagles, who are an Albanian club. So it'd be something interesting to look at there. Yeah, so for the rest of it, guys, just enjoy yourselves, watch some of the World Cup qualifiers, see what's going on there, and enjoy your break.
Thank you, brother. Good on that. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Ukraine. All love to Ukraine. Sad for Scotland, but happy for Ukraine. I mean, the 3 teams left in Europe, let's be real, I think we all kind of like. How do you not? You know, all likable sides, so it's kind of sad to see some go, but at the same time, it's so inspiring to see Ukraine going through what they're going through. Now they get Wales. Oh boy, for me, I'm a little split there of some Welsh background. So, yeah, all love to both, but oof, man, it's gonna be fun to watch. That's all I can say on that. Tony, final thoughts, sir.
Final thought of the day is check up on your friends. You know what I mean? We do see them a lot and stuff like that, but you never know what they're going through. It's like, just a mental health check. Like it's been a very hard couple years, and we're all getting back into the grave of things, but some people have not made it out the best. So just check up on them, make sure they're okay, make sure they know that you love them, you care for them, and you're always there for them. Let's have some fun on these new events coming up. The Kickball Tournament is going to be fun. The art show is going to be even crazier. It's cool. I want to see the aftermath of the art show going into the football, because we'll be drinking, so it's going to be a fun thing. Enjoy the World Cup. Enjoy the World Cup qualifiers. I know Mexico will eventually never come back to California because they don't want a home game. And let's enjoy the break while we can, and then come back, have fun, and
I like it. Recharge and refocus. Sounds good. Enjoy and support the community. Even better. Good stuff, Tony. Good stuff. All right. So on my end, I'm gonna say number one, thank you to all you guys this year. It's been an interesting run so far, ups and downs and all the craziness, but at the end of the day, we're still in first place doing what we do best. 3252 is still the best and most dynamic supporter group in MLS. No question about that, doing what they do. And the fan base has held firm. Crowds are strong. We're making it happen. So to all you guys, that's you. That's the community that makes it happen. Pushing things forward, demanding the best, the very best from all of us. So thank you to all you guys for making that happen. As Tony says, check on your friends and family. We're going to be in this extended period away from each other. I know we're used to seeing each other like every 5 days at this point. It's going to be a couple weeks. So definitely keep in touch with the fam. Make sure everybody's on the right side of things. And have a good time with the free time on your hands. You don't always have to be at the pitch, right? Get out there and do some things. So I know I'll be going on a little vacation. We'll keep you guys posted on that info. Doesn't mean we're taking any time off, because Bam and Tony are here to make things happen. So you see, they're ready. They're ready. It might be a little off the rails, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So on that note, with the dad joke, you know what I'm going to say, the customary terms. Bam, go for it.
Stay golden.
Tony.
Stay golden.
And for me, to all of you, stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.